Hello everyone, Dale Quest, and today I'm going to give you guys my top 10 best coming-of-age movies of all time. So this is my personal, preference of a list that I have here, and but on a really, films that are on theaters right now, like Moonlight, The Edge of 17, even, the Harry Potter franchise, you can see it as a coming-of-age story, following Harry Potter. Same thing can be with Luke Skywalker, Peter Parker, even, I would say. Some of the, Lord of the Rings, I guess you could, I wouldn't count Lord of the Rings, but Star Wars definitely, and Harry Potter most definitely. So in honor of that, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 best, coming-of-age stories of all time. I'm going to be real quick with my top 10. I'm just going to give you guys like a quick, just the title, the name, and just a quick reason why I think it's so great. And then after all my 10 films I'm going to give you guys all my honorable mentions because there are so damn many good coming-of-age stories that I have to say. But first off, let me get the top 10 out of the way. Number 10, Mommy. Mommy came back out in 2014, directed by Xavier Dolan, and this guy is an incredible director. I think this movie is absolutely fantastic. It follows this young kid who has ADHD, his mother who's dealing with that ADHD as he's coming out of a mental institution, and their friendship with a neighbor who's also in her own isolation, kind of a metaphor for how people deal with mental illness. And it's a really good film. I really love this movie a lot. It deals with a lot of great issues I think a lot of people are miscounting with movies today. They just want to add in a quick emotional scene like you don't get to know me, or that blah 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 bullshit. I love Mommy a lot. Number 9, Turtles Can Fly. This movie is about a 13-year-old refugee and also following a lot of other kids who are also refugees in the Turkish and Iraq borderline where the American army is invading their that place right there because they're trying to isolate themselves, and these young kids who are refugees are really going through that time of war, and it's really a massive film that you could not miss. It's amazing to see these child actors act the way that they do. A lot of them, again, all of them have disfigured bodies because of the bombs that have been dropping. It's really an incredible film, and plus they had nowhere else to go because they're refugees. They can't go to any other place because they don't have papers. They can't escape, and that's where their home is. And I think it's a great film. Number 8, La Haine, which in French in translation in English means hate, and I think this movie has multiple references of what is going on today. It's more relevant than anything I've seen before because this movie is about rioting over violence. This movie is about the violence created by police brutality that has been immensely ignored by by everybody involved with trying to prevent it from ever happening again. I think this movie captures that emotionally, where the police brutality has more empowerment over you as a person, so you feel powerless when policemen, cops come up to you. But that being said, the cops in this movie are doing that to these ghettos where no one's going to listen to them. And I think it's very hard to watch this film with today's eyes because the movie speaks on all cylinders of what's going on in our world today. It's immensely great mainly film. It's black and white. Soundtrack's amazing. All 3 actors are fantastic, going through that age of development where they have to grow up in this society. They have to. They just have to because, again, they have nowhere else to go. Number 7, The Myth of the American Sleepover. I love The Myth of the American Sleepover. It's directed by the same guy who did It Follows. This movie is incredible on all counts of, that makes teenagehood, growing up with people who are your friends, or they may say they're your friends, and just people who, are fake and who don't care about you. It's a great film that I think a lot of teenagers should watch to understand that, friendship doesn't last. These people who say that they're your friends are not really the people looking at you for your best intentions. They want to involve you with drink and smoking, and they want to do all that stuff for you, but you have to understand that that's not who you can be. You can be better than that. I think this movie is amazing for that, to tell that story. It's a great film. Number 6, Lila Forever. If anybody who came out of the Edge of 17 and said, "Oh, Haley Stafford has it so bad," no, watch Lila Forever. You're gonna, first off, she's in Sweden, right there. I'm all like, okay, she already has it worse. And she, first off, her only friend is an 8-year-old, kid, 8-year-old boy. Her mother left her with an American guy, or not even an American guy. They left for America, leaving her penniless. Her home is a piece of shit. And seriously, her only resolution to have money and survive, prostitution. And the time that she gets enough money to leave with her 8-year-old friend, she gets sold into sex traffic. And it's like, oh my God, this movie, and it's like, seriously, the movie is incredible to watch. It's amazing. It's one of the best directed films. It's handheld. It feels documented. It feels real. You get the sense that this is happening right now. The movie is amazing on all cylinders. Number 5, it angers me a little bit that people say this movie is not good, or, they call it, it's okay. Pan's Labyrinth, to me, is one of the best movies I have ever seen. Pan's Labyrinth is amazing on all cylinders. This movie is Guillermo del Toro's best film. Everybody involved with the movie, is amazing. It's Lord of the Rings. If Lord of the Rings was one movie and it was better, and because seriously, it's just everything that this movie has is a coming-of-age story during wartime. The coming-of-age war story, like the Boy in the Striped Pajamas, or even that other one with what's that one? Europa. I believe, yeah. I think it's the one with two. They're not the one that Lars von Trier did. The other one, the one that came out before. But anyway, this movie is incredible. Paris Lambert is absolutely fantastic. The performances are amazing. The motion capture design by the creatures in this movie is fantastic all the way through. Paris Lambert is a breathtaking, emotional ride that you would not forget. I love this movie to death. Number 4, Fish Tank. Adrienne Alder is an incredible director. She has directed my favorite movie of 2009. She cast Katie Jarvis, who was arguing with her boyfriend at a train stop out of nowhere. Can you imagine that? You're arguing with your significant other, and then a director comes, hey, you want to be in a movie? What sucks? Katie Jarvis hasn't worked since. And it makes me upset because it's all like, this woman's incredible. She's dancing the juice, the ledge. She's, hooking up with Michael Fassbender. This movie is amazing. It really is. And the rest of these movies, 3, 2, and 1, it also showcases that what are you supposed to do when society is pushing against you to become what you want to be? What do you have to do? What can you do? What do you do when all the odds are against you? How can you overcome it? And I love this so much because she is trying to be a dancer, but you can get the sense that she's not the best dancer. And the other thing I thought Moonlight did so perfectly was that kid, he's not a mathematician. He's not a singer. He's not a rapper. He's not like Donald Glover from Atlanta. He's not somebody who has all this, talent. He is just a person who is going through the system of what, the media and American eyes see these kids as, they're going to grow up to be fuck-ups and all that stuff. And it's great. I think Fish Tank tells that perfectly. Same thing with number 3. I know this, okay, well, this doesn't make any sense, but number 3 is The Kings of Summer. The Kings of Summer is not really all about that, but I think friendship-wise, fatherhood and sonhood, just combining. And if anybody has a strong relationship with their father, should really go see The Kings of Summer. It's an amazing performance of a movie. I love The Kings of Summer so much. It's easily touched. It easily has me on this hooks because I think The Kings of Summer is an amazing film. It's great. I love it a lot. Number 2, back to that fish tank analogy though. What I'm trying to say, Girlhood. It came back out in 2014. Brilliant movie. It's like the same thing. The young woman is failing in school, but again, the society is all like, well, what is she gonna do? She's just gonna fall through the cracks. She's just gonna end up on another street. And yes, she does become that. But how do you say no to that when everybody who says we have your back, the school society, her mother, her parents, all her father, her own family. How do you say I want to be better when all those odds are against you, and when the people who you're trying to stay away from, like the gang members and all that stuff, how do you say no when those people are your only supporters? The gang that she interacts with, they are actually her best friends. They have, even though they don't have the best interest, they at least treat her like a regular human being. I love that about Girlhood. Girlhood is amazing. It's a masterpiece of a film. It feels like a real movie. I love that movie a lot. But number 1 is The Selfish Giant. Back to that same analogy where it's about every day is a struggle where nobody's on your side. And the only people on your side is your best friend next to you. And the 2 kids who play each other, the 2 kids who are playing best friends with each other, it's just how you get to see their progressive friendship goes throughout the movie. The movie is great. The Selfish Giant is amazing. It's about friendship and how these 2 kids can overcome the difficulties at home, at school, even everyday situations where they don't have the capability and more powerness to say, no, we are better than that. We want to be better because we want to strive to be good. And the movie is incredible with that, story. I love The Selfish Giant a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's my top 10 favorite, coming of age stories. Now let's get into honorable mentions. I'm gonna be really quick. I'm just gonna name a few. Those are my top 10, best coming of age films. I'm just gonna leave the honorable mentions right here. I'm just gonna name a few. Like Boys in the Hood, I think is incredible. Room, again, another great coming of age film. Sing Street, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Brooklyn, Persepolis. Persepolis is a film I really wanna just name out there because Persepolis is again another Iranian animation, film that I think is handled really well. It should have. I think it should have won for best, animated feature that year. Persepolis is amazing though. I really do love that movie a lot. And Billy Elliot's really good. Spirited Away, another animation film. There's just great movies that are out there. Bully. I wouldn't even count Attack the Block as a coming of age film. Society against them, against all odds, but they had to overcome, courage to distance themselves. John Boyega's in it, so there we go. Half Nelson, and again, I can't, the three films that I really want to just point out there, Mustang, Pariah, and 13. All three great movies about growing up as a teenage, girl. Again, I don't relate to at all because I'm not 13 or I'm not a girl, but I don't even think, one of them, 13. It's amazing to see how well actors, directors, writers, the whole team behind it can just immerse you to the storytelling that is great with this movie. I love this movie. I love those movies a lot. My Summer of Love, it stars, Emily Blunt. She makes out with the girl, so if anybody wants to see that, check that out. A little, of course, but you can't forget the comedies. Not every coming-of-age movie has to be, sad. Yeah, of course, you have Easy A, Mean Girls, Better Like Beckham. Better Like Beckham's a great coming-of-age film. I love that movie a lot. Let me throw in The Duff in there for a little bit. And Mueller's Wedding. Mueller's Wedding is a great coming-of-age film about, about adulthood. I mean, that movie is really about, Toni Collette growing up when she realizing that she literally has to grow up because no one else is going to look after her. Back to my whole discussion about, feeling bad about Haley Steinfeld, which I don't get why people are saying right now, oh, I feel bad for Haley Steinfeld. If anybody here has seen, I'm going to point out my Mexican movie right here, Después de Lucia. Después de Lucia is amazing. After Lucia, the movie is incredible. That chick that goes through all that shit, she makes what Haley Steinfeld, no, like seriously, she makes what people go through, I'm not going to go into it, but it's incredible. Heavenly Creatures, I cannot forget. Kubo and the Two Strings, another film that came out this year, great. Can't forget about Pleasantville, The Sandlot. I mean, I mentioned the Harry Potter films. Yeah, I would throw the Harry Potter films out there. The Karate Kid, Can't Hardly Wait. I mean, they do discover a lot within themselves within the 24 hours. Like, the main guy, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Seth Green and the girl that he hooks up with. I guess you could say that, yeah, they do progress a little bit, but Can't Hardly Wait's a very fun film. The other two I really want to name, Palo Alto, which is a James Franco produced film. I don't think it's his production, but he has been producing a lot of films. And I think Palo Alto, it is underrated. I think Emma Robertson is really good. I like that movie a lot. Little Birds is probably the best thing I've seen Nat Wolff has done. I don't like Nat Wolff a lot, but it's probably the best thing he's done. Mysterious Skin. Mysterious Skin, it stars JGL and a couple other people. Michelle Trachtenberg, who... Man, that girl has gotten good with age. Anyway, it's a very strong movie. I think it's a very controversial film, directed by Greg Adatiki. I think that's how you say his last name, but he is a very controversial director. For anybody who, I think is interested in, just movies like Cerebral, that you don't know what's going to happen, I think you should check out Mysterious Skin to make up your own mind. But also, he also did Smiley Face, White Bird in the Blizzard, films like that I think, deserve a second viewing. Along with Xavier Dolan's, other films, he did Mommy, he also did I Killed My Mother. Wow, that's kind of, I never thought of it like that, contradictory, but yeah. And of course, Son of Rambo, A Guide to Recognizing the Saints. I mean, these movies, I can go on and on and on. I'm leaving all these images right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Chris. Have a great day, and talk to you guys soon. Leave a comment down below, click the like button, subscribe, and yeah, have a great day. Bye.